Hello and welcome back to yoga. My name is Shannon. Welcome back to South Florida and thank you for joining me again. Always remember to tune into your body throughout the practice. Notice what your body is feeling and adjust accordingly. If you feel like you need a little bit more today, then feel free to push it. If you feel like that's a little bit too much, you need to take it down, then listen to your body because you have to live in it tomorrow and I'll be gone and you'll be wondering why you listen to me if something's hurting, okay? Take a deep breath in, close your eyes, and use your proprioception to begin to feel and sense inside your body. Feel your lungs expand as your body fills with oxygen. Feel your lungs empty as the carbon dioxide flows out again. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Let the breath be sweet, easy, and free. No force or control. Softening more and more and more each time that you breathe out. On your next inhale, begin to grow taller, hips to head, and on your exhale, turn your palms down, tuck your chin, lean back and round. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lean back and round. Breathe in, lengthen, straighten, open up. Breathe out, lean back and round. One more deep breath in and out. Bring your hands to the mat, take a deep breath in as you lengthen, and on your exhale, find your way forward and down. Whenever you can, close your eyes, let your head get heavy, and just rest where it's safe. So maybe that's all the way down. Maybe all the way down's a little bit too much and you have your head on your hands or fists. Maybe you've got a block under the head, or maybe under your forearms from palm to elbow. And if that's too much, maybe you've just got the hands on the mat or the block under your hands. Whatever you can do, breathe into where it's tight all the way along the back side of your body. And as you breathe out, soften shoulders, neck, face, throat, jaw, middle back, lower back. Begin to inhale, straighten up just to where you can, hips to head. And then exhale, lead with the chest, chin, and forehead as you come forward and down. Inhale, begin to roll up, tailbone to crown. Exhale, lead with the chest and chin as you float forward and down. One more deep breath in as you come up. And out as you go down. And then deep breath in, come all the way up. And on your exhale, bring your hands behind you. So if you like a little more support behind, you can bring the block behind you and set it up so that as you pull your elbows and shoulders in and down and lift through the chest, you have some support. Chin can lift if it's nice. If that's too much, keep your head level or even lower the chin to your chest. So just feel into your neck and back and see where it's best, where you feel safest, opening up the front side of your body. Always safe to lift the hips as well if you like. And when you're ready to come out, bring the chin down first, hips down second if they're up. I'm going to do a little side stretching. So you can always use the block if you like. You don't have to use it if you don't need it. And if you don't have a block, you can use a folded up blanket, a sturdy book that's not going to move around on you, anything you might have, maybe a box that's sturdy. Inhale your right arm out and up, and exhale into your side stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take another breath or two here. And when you're ready, push down through the left hand, reach through the right as you inhale up. Exhale, come over to the other side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take another breath or two, and remember that you don't have to look up if that stresses your neck or back. You can look forward or down. Come all the way up and out, pulling through the top hand, pushing through the bottom one. Open your hands up shoulder high, deep breath in. Exhale, twist. Right hand behind you, left hand over to the right leg, and breathe. In and out. Take one more deep breath here. And then inhale through center, reach up through your hands, out through your fingers. Exhale, twist the other way. Breathe. One more deep breath here. Unwind to the front on your inhale. Exhale, lean back and round. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten your spine. Exhale, lean back and round. This time, inhale, straighten. Exhale, lean back and rock to one side, like right shoulder down, left shoulder and ear up. And then inhale to the center and forward. And exhale back into the other side. One more time each way. Breathe in and out. In and out. Come back into center. And we're going to find our way onto all fours. Hands and knees. Wag your tail right and left. Breathe in and out. And then as you're ready, step your right leg forward in between your hands on an inhale. Help it out if you need help bringing that heel or calf forward to the front. Pull through your chest, maybe lift through your chin. Breathe. Feel into the front of that left thigh and hip. And if it's nice, you can rock softly side to side. Maybe feeling the inner thigh, outer thigh, and all across the front of the thigh and hip. Isn't that nice? Take a deep breath in, roll back into hamstring stretch, making the front leg straighter, just to where it's safe to go. And this might be a good spot for your block here if you want a little extra support or you feel like you don't quite reach when you rock back. You can use one or two blocks. Toes can be down or up. As much as it's safe, we want this sensation of the hip pulling back and rolling around behind you. So we get some nice length from the pinky toe all the way up this outer calf, past the knee, through the thigh, and into the hip and bottom. Maybe one more breath here. You can always feel to inhale and bend and exhale and extend if it's too much pressure. And it could be a small movement. It doesn't have to be all the way forward, up to you and your body. If you want it to be a little bend and extend or a bigger bend and extend. We're going to switch sides. So that block can give you some extra space and height as you move around if you feel like you need it. One side, either side, both sides. Just kind of play with it and see what works for you. Breathe in and out. Sometimes a fist instead of a palm will give you just another inch or 2 inches, and that might be enough space and room today if you feel like you don't quite reach. Or you might feel better with a yoga block. After exploring the front of that right hip and thigh and the right inner thigh and the right outer thigh and hip, take a deep breath in and start to rock back into your hamstring stretch. Seeing what the sole of the foot feels like, the heel, the Achilles, the calf, the thigh, all the way up to your low back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take one more slow, deep breath. Soften hips to head. Come back into your lunge. Beautiful. And rest in your child's pose. So if you have a more active practice, you're ready for down dog, you want to go right there, feel free. If not, we're going to rest our head on the block or on our arms or fists. Let your head get heavy. Let your chest and armpits get heavy. And just feel your body breathing. Never feel like you have to have any special equipment. It's nice to have a yoga mat. If you have one, it's nice to have a block or a strap. But you know, we can get straps for under $5 at a lot of the discount stores. You can use a bathrobe tie or a belt or a scarf. You could cut a piece of fabric to the right length. You might have a dish towel that would work, a kitchen towel. So just use what you have. Don't feel like you have to go out and buy something special. You might just be able to do yoga on your carpet, or you might be able to spread out a blanket or a sheet and take it into the grass or the sand. Just do what you can and don't stress about the rest. We're going to go into down dog if you can. Breathe in, breathe out, push up and back, hips up, head down, and we're going to start to walk the dog and pedal our feet. Keep breathing. And as usual, if this is too much for you today, as it was for me when I started doing yoga, to bear weight on the hands and shoulders for very long, or if you have a shoulder, wrist, or neck injury, you can always modify, push back through one heel and stretch and breathe, and then switch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, we're going to find our way through. So those of you in down dog might be able to step or hop to the front in between your hands, or you might feel better coming back onto all fours and stepping the legs forward one at a time. So always do what you can. Don't stress about the rest. Hang out in your forward fold. Breathe out. Let your head and shoulders and arms become super heavy. Maybe take one more deep breath as you find length and space in your spine. And when you're ready, start to bend your knees, sink your hips, lift your head, push the ground away with your feet as you inhale out and up. And exhale home to your heart. Pause for a breath or two to just feel your body. Notice if you feel stable or wobbly. Keep using your proprioception, your internal receptors, to find center. Sending your sensation and your awareness and your attention inside yourself. Feel your body breathe in. Feel your body breathe out. Notice the weight distribution on your feet. Are we in the toes, balls of the feet, heels, off to the right, the left? Notice if you're sort of leaning Tower of Pisa off to one direction, right or left or front or back. Just kind of notice. I'm exaggerating so you can see, but notice if you're kind of slightly off center. And we're going to find the top of the mat, wherever that is for you. Find your balance, front to back, left to right. Spread your toes and breathe out. And then bring your hands by your hips. Take a deep breath out and up. Exhale all the way down into forward fold. Inhale, lift hips to head. Exhale, fold chin to chest. Step your right leg back into lunge, knee up or down, and breathe. Take one more deep breath here. We're going to see if we can explore a side plank. So if you have the knee up and you're comfortable, roll the right heel down. Maybe even bring the right arm up. Those of you that are comfortable pushing strongly through that left foot, and coming up into warrior two, you can. My back foot slid. You can also support yourself with a block or the thigh. So see, yoga teachers aren't perfect. We're humans too. We do what we can, but sometimes things slide out on us too. Breathe. Take one more deep breath here if you came up, and we're going to come back down. Maybe using the thigh and the block to help you out, or maybe just pushing strongly into that left foot. Lift the right heel, and we're going to switch sides. So if you're comfortable hopping, you can hop. If not, left knee back, right knee forward. Help it out if it needs help. Breathe. And we're going to play with that side plank. So maybe you're comfortable with the knee up, rolling the heel down, and lifting the arm up. Maybe you're better with the knee down, and you want to, we would have done it this way. So we'd switch sides. If we were on this side, we'd switch it up and take our side plank like this. So you can always bring that front leg to the back and modify with the foot in line or behind you for more stability, right? So for those that were coming up this way, we're gonna cartwheel it up, pushing strongly through that right foot. Breathe in your warrior two, and after a breath or two, we're gonna take it back down. You can use the thigh or engage that low belly and kind of cartwheel yourself back down. Use blocks and thighs as needed. Try to stay off the knee. When you're ready, rest, down dog or child's pose. Breathe out. Take a deep breath. Surrender. One more slow, deep breath. Let everything go. Start to walk your way up to standing on the knees. And if you can, we're going to go into camel. Hands behind the back, elbows in and down, chest and heart lifted as the hips push forward. Be mindful not to push your low back forward. We're not up high in the back, right? So we're not doing this. We're not down here on the bottom. We want to be just in between the low back and the bottom, with the wrists and heels of the hands just above the bottom. So your fingertips are pointing down, your hands are gently sliding down and stretching out your low back, and your elbows are pulling in. Take one more breath here if it's safe, or any versions of camel that are safe and comfortable in your practice. Remembering you can keep your chin down if that's better. Chin down first to come out. Pause for a breath as you let your hands slide down to your knees, towards your knees. And then we're going to circle the shoulders. That would be a trick if your fingers could touch your knees, right? With straight hips. And when you're ready, we're going to work our way down to the floor, do a little twisting, and then finish with legs up the wall today. So if you prefer a different inversion, you're always welcome to mix it up. It's your body, your class, your choice. So find your way down. Hug your legs into your chest as you breathe out. Rock softly right and left. And then bring your arms out shoulder high, palms down, all 10 fingers spread. And on your exhale, knees to the left, head to the right. Take 3 deep breaths here with heavy shoulders, heavy head, heavy arms and legs. Spread all 10 fingers, and then surrender. On your next inhale, bring your knees and head into center, and on your exhale, twist the other way. Breathe. Maybe one more slow, deep breath. Deep breath in as you come into center. Gently squeeze your shins or thighs. And for our inversion today, we're going to take legs up the wall. So you can drag your mat over if you like. And set yourself up so that your feet are off to one side. And your hip, if you can get your hip touching the wall, that's ideal. We want to scoot right over against the wall if we can. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, we're going to flip feet up, head down. And so by starting with the hips touching, once we flip, there's not too much space between the hips and the wall, just an inch or two. So find center, find a space that's comfortable and safe. If you need to prop up your head with a little pillow or block, if you get dizzy or nauseous when your head is flat, you can always adjust to make yourself more comfortable. Feel your body breathe in. Feel your body breathe out. And begin to surrender the weight of your legs from your heels all the way down into your hips and pelvis. Surrender the weight of your torso into the floor. Let everything go. As you're ready, gently and slowly begin to let your heels slide down one at a time towards your hips and bottom. And then if it's safe, we're going to bring feet together, knees wide. If you need to adjust or shift, or you've been on the wall long enough and you need to come off, feel free. Of course, if you need a longer shavasana, you're always welcome to stay. If you wanted to bring your knees together, push off the wall and rest, you're always welcome to do so. If it's safe for you to sweep the right arm overhead as you take a big breath in, and on your exhale, bring the left knee around so that we're curled up on the right side in the fetal position. Maybe so, maybe not. Do what you can. Do what's safe and comfortable for your body. Feel your body breathe in. Feel your body breathe out. Take another breath or two. And as you're ready, gently and slowly begin to make your way up to seated. With hands together in front of your heart. Eyes closed if you can. We're going to close with a reading from Poems from the Heart of Yoga, Go In and In by Dana Falks. If I knew that everything I believed and more was true, what would I do? I'd wake up and let life take me as its own. I'd point at fear and say, "You're not real." I'd say this kindly. I wouldn't forget that I am linked to every flower, fox, fantasy, and planet. I'd let love in. And each day I'd stretch a little more until I could embrace the whole horizon. I'd sip green tea and savor the taste of oatmeal raisin cookies. I'd welcome whatever came next and know that the love in your eyes could change me forever, if I let it. Bring your hands hands by your hips. Take a deep breath out and up with gratitude and grace, receiving all that there is. And as you come home, ask for clarity in your mind, speech, and heart. The light within me bows before the light within each one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today.